India's economy has come a long way from 1947, when it emerged from being a colony to an independent nation. In 1950-51, GDP was merely 2.7 lakh crore. Now, the figure has seen a 34-fold jump to 106.44 lakh crores in 2014-15. From financial year 2013-14 to the next, the growth rate has been 7.3%. The 2014-15 economic survey presented in Parliament by Finance Minister Arun Jaitley during this year's budget session says the growth rate for 2015-16 could climb to 8.1 to 8.5%. It also says that a benign external environment could see the growth rate hitting the double-digit trajectory. Recently, India's growth rate overtook China's. It grew at 7.5% during January to March this year, faster than China's 7% during the same months. Service and manufacturing sectors playing a big role in the acceleration. The government has undertaken several reform measures like deregulation of diesel, taxing energy products, direct benefit transfer of cooking gas subsidy, auctioning coal mines transparently, and increasing FDI caps in defence and insurance. The government has also announced the JAM Trinity or Jan Dhan Yojana, Aadhaar and mobile numbers to allow the state to deliver subsidies to the poor in a targeted manner. India's indirect tax receipts have jumped nearly 40% provisionally to 56,739 crore rupees from a year ago. These increases were spread across all three tax categories: customs, central excise and service tax.
Growth in underlying indirect tax collections, that is, taking away the additional revenue measures that were taken, of 14.6% this year over last year. For the first 4 months, that is really now 1/3 of the fiscal year is over, suggests a healthy increase in nominal GDP growth, which after all constitutes the tax base for indirect tax collections.
The nation's foreign exchange reserves have grown to over $300 billion from a mere $2 billion at the time of independence. Besides, India has one of the fastest growing service sectors in the world, with annual growth rate of above 9% since 2001. Which contributed 50% of the GDP in 2012-13. For the first time, India has more billionaires than any other country outside the US and China. The expected high growth rate in the coming years has brought up the historic prospect of attaining the fundamental objective of wiping every tear from every eye of the vulnerable and poor people of the country. According to the IMF, the Indian economy is a bright spot in the global landscape, becoming one of the fastest growing big emerging market economies in the world. Asia Desk, DD News.